Hey guys, and welcome back everybody. So it's been again 1 month later since our last update on a real world test to see how well all of these 6 well-known spray sealants are actually going to last for. Just to give you a quick refresher, we applied all 6 of these spray sealants to our test panel 4 months ago back in June. To see the setup and the applications of these products, I encourage you to follow the link that I'll leave in the description below. But anyways, it's now October, which means it's now 4 months later into our test. As far as the weather has gone, living in Vancouver, September and even the start of October has been a real rainy month. Between the constant heavy rain warnings and the wind warnings, these are likely going to really set a challenge for our products to have to deal with. Now, before we get into the results, I just want to say that if you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It really helps me out and it shows that there's a need for all these videos that I put out. If you do subscribe, if you hit the bell icon, it'll notify you each time I upload a new video, and that way you don't miss out. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, now without further delay, let's see where we are at 1 month later. Let's start off by showing you the current condition of the panel. We've been having a lot of heavy rains, as I've mentioned before, so much of the dirt and dust that's been compiling on the panel has unfortunately been washed off. Let's start off by rinsing off the panel, which again has been sitting outside the elements for a total of 4 months now. Now remember, we have 2 control areas on either side, which we can use as a comparison to show what the panel looks like with this no protection on it. Now let's get up close and get a better view. If you remember from our last video, both TOPCOAT F11 and Shine Armor were completely dead, matching the control area, which shows no protection. In fact, if you check out the previous videos to see when each one of those failed, you might be pretty surprised. I know I sure was. Up next, let's foam down the panel with Chemical Guy's Honeydew Foam Soap, which is a pH balanced car soap. We'll then let it settle for a minute or two to allow it to emulsify the dirt. Okay, so let's gently hand wash the panel down using this very soft microfiber towel mitt using the same Honeydew Foam Soap. And finally, we will now fully rinse off the panel. Alright, so let's get up close and see where we're at. First, let's start off at the control area so you can see what a non-protected surface looks like. Now note the flat water. Now if you remember from our last video, both TOPCOAT F11 and Shine Armor were deemed both dead. But for the heck of it, let's just see if it magically reappears again. TOPCOAT F11. Shine Armor. And nope, same thing. Alright, neither have magically reappeared. Up next, the last coat, the original formula. Now in our last video, you likely have recalled that it was getting weak, but it was still holding on, so I wasn't about to call it dead just yet. It seems to still be hanging on, but you can see it's getting close. Now, once again, I'm not going to quite call it dead just yet. Let's try out for one more month. Alright, up next, the last coat, the updated formula, in other words known as TLC2. If you remember from our last video, that once the water tension was broken, it seemed to still be holding on strong. Okay, it looks like TLC2 is starting to get weaker compared to our last month's video, but you can definitely see it's still hanging on there once the surface tension is broken. Now onto the last coat's deep ice. Note that the product was called black ice, but recently has been renamed to deep ice. Now that is interesting. You can actually see TLC2 on the left breaking the water tension before deep ice. But then deep ice breaks through and you can see it's still there. And yet it seems to be moving slower than TLC2. Interesting. Okay, well, let's move on to BEADMAKER. If you remember, last time it was still there. It was still holding on, but it was getting weak. And this time, looks like we're going to be calling it dead. And of course, our last control area. Okay, so let's go back and hit it one more time. The control, TOPCOAT F11, and shine armor. And you can see it, they're all exactly the same. The last coat, the original formula. It's definitely getting weaker, but it's not entirely gone. TLC2. It's definitely still there, but it is getting weaker. You can see it down at the bottom. Deep ice, formerly known as black ice. It's definitely there, but wow. I mean, look at TLC2. It appears to be holding on strong. Interesting, again. Well, next, BEADMAKER. Yeah, you can see it. BEADMAKER's gone. Alright, so let's hit the entire panel down and see which breaks first. Again, TLC2 and then deep ice. That is really surprising, considering that deep ice is supposed to last longer than TLC2. Boy, I was not expecting that. That is interesting. Okay, so in our next test, what we're going to do is we're going to use a garden hose with a light mist setting to help simulate a rain shower. Yeah, there's no difference between TOPCOAT F11 and shine armor. TLC still seems to be hanging on, but not by much. TLC2 is still hanging on, but as you can see near the bottom, it is starting to get weaker. Deep ice. Again, it's still hanging on, but similar to TLC2, it is getting weaker near the bottom. Now, let's try the shower setting on the garden hose. Again, TLC2 is still breaking free. In fact, it looks like the results were better this time with TLC2 than the very light mist setting. Okay, so as you can definitely see, two products are standing out. Now after a month of heavy rain and strong winds, you can clearly see both TLC2 and deep ice, again formerly known as black ice, are both the remaining leaders in this outside real-world test. Now after only having one layer applied and a full 7-day cure time, which was applied 4 months ago. So where are we at 4 months later? Now both TOPCOAT F11 and Shine Armor are all but dead. TLC, the original formula, appears to be hanging on, but really only slightly. Both TLC2 and Deep Ice are still holding strong, but strangely enough, TLC2 seems to be showing results stronger than Deep Ice in my test. And finally, with BEADMAKER, well, unlike last time, it now appears to be dead. Now, I've used TLC and their other products on my car, as well as other people's cars, for over 3 years now. And so I personally know the great results that I get from it. So I'm quite relieved to see that it's still holding on strong in my own tests. In fact, every product that I've used from them has blown me away, which is precisely why I've switched over to their products years ago. If you are interested in purchasing from them, I do have a discount code for you. Simply enter West Coast Camaro, one word, as your discount code and receive 20% off everything off their store. I've left a link in the description below to click to enter the online store with. So we will continue to leave the panel outside for a period of 1 month again. Being that we're in Vancouver, October generally is a pretty rainy season for us, so I anticipate a lot of heavy rain coming our way. Now in November, I'll come back with another update and we'll see where we are at this real world test. And one final note, be sure to subscribe as I'm currently compiling a number of videos, including reviews on all the different products that I use on my own car. I'm also compiling a very detailed video with step-by-step instructions on exactly how to detail your own car. So be sure to look out for that and more. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Alright, and with that, I'd like to conclude this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to click the little bell icon to be notified of each new video I post. Thank you for watching, and till next time.